Questionnaire.
We got Mr. Carlin today, so let's give him a round of applause. Mr. Carlin! Woo! How you doing, Mr. Carlin?
Yeah, fine. You guys?
That's good, alright.
Hey, so Mr. Carlin, you spend so much time in the school, you basically live there. So what have you been doing since you haven't been able to go in the school? What have you been doing to keep occupied?
Who says I haven't been able to go into the school?
You've been sneaking in.
Their security system isn't exactly the strongest. Are you kidding?
It's fair. It is fair.
You know, I get into that entry room and I'll sit there for 3-4 hours, pretend I'm doing some work, and then climb up into the roof, sneak down into a classroom.
What's your favorite classroom to hide in?
Probably nurse's station.
That's a good room.
She's got a couch, something you can sleep on, and she's got a refrigerator. You can keep some food in there. So yeah, that's pretty comfortable.
All right, Mr. Carlin. What have you been like watching any movies during quarantine? Have you been watching TV or anything?
Yeah, we've been. Let's see. Last night we watched The Irishman.
Oh, that's a good one.
I don't know. It's like 3.5 hours of my life I'll never get back
again. The first
again.
2 hours
But,
are pretty good. The last one's
it was long. I mean, it really goes on for a long time. And we saw an indie movie a couple weeks ago called Frank, which frankly was generally awful. So please avoid that at all costs.
Who's that?
It's got Maggie Gyllenhaal, Domhnall Gleeson, and Michael Fassbender.
I thought it had. I don't know.
It was just bizarre and off the wall. But I'm trying to think. We've seen. I mean, we tend to like independent movies, and so we've seen a lot of really good ones. But those two were, and The Irishman was fine, just long, just really long.
Hey, so Mr. Carlin, you've been teaching at the school for quite a while now. Do you have a favorite memory of teaching?
Pardon me?
Do you have a favorite memory while you were teaching at Riverview?
A favorite memory? That's hard, on the spot. It's always hard to think of things like that. I've had great classes, great students do amazing and funny things. Probably a few years ago, I had a class of students that just decided they were going to start pranking. So every time I came out of my classroom, I had to, check on something and come back. And one time they were all lined up down the middle of the hallway. Another time they turned their desks upside down and they were sitting on the tops of the desks. That was kind of goofy fun. I enjoyed that.
That was the class that took all of your furniture out of your room, wasn't it?
That was the same class, yeah. Yeah, so that was fun. But probably, honestly, it's graduation. And I know it's probably not the year to bring that up, but to see you guys, finish moving on. So that's always a nice moment.
All right, this is in a similar vein to the last question. What's your favorite golf team memory?
My favorite what?
Golf team memory.
Oh, wow. It has to be last year. Winning the section, going undefeated. You guys were amazing. That was a great team. You were strong top to bottom. And what I liked about it is that we won not so much because of the top players, though, that was part of it too, but because of our depth. We killed people. We beat other teams with our 4, 5, and 6 guys. And so, yeah, that was fun. That was a lot of fun. Especially, you guys weren't around. When you arrived as a group of 9th graders, was right after we had a really rough spot several years, and we were terrible records, and it was a little discouraging. And then you guys came along and turned everything around.
That's what we like. We like to be the good team.
If we have a golf team for another 10 years, it's largely because of what you guys accomplished.
So, Mr. Carlin, during this quarantine, is there anything special you tried to bake or cook?
Well, you guys, I like to cook, so I'm not a baker, other than occasionally box brownies. But now the summer's warming up, so I'm doing a lot of grilling. So I grilled some salmon the other night with soy glaze, and I did a lemon pasta, and I did some grilled chicken on top of that. So it's not as hard as it sounds. It sounds fancy, but once you learn some of the tricks, it's not all that hard.
All right. All right. Well, the last question we're going to ask you, Mr. Carlin, is there anything really what's the thing that you miss the most now that school is out?
I think it's the same thing everybody does. It's the interaction with students and with my peers and colleagues. You know, I don't get to spend time. Those are my friends. I don't get to spend time, you know, kidding around with you guys in the hallway. I don't have those moments in class when you ask a question and somebody answers it with something really bright and smart and incisive. It's something I've never thought of before. Now that's all kind of lost as we work through teams, and so it's the person. I mean, you go into teaching because you want to make connections with students, and that's probably everybody's on the top of their list. And when you lose that, you know, it's a significant loss for a teacher, and I'm hoping for students too.
So, Mr. Carlin, before we let you go, is there anything you'd like to say to the staff and the students of Riverview?
I guess, you know, we miss you. We hope to have you back as soon as possible. For you graduates, congratulations. It was an honor to have you as students. And also, as a reminder, as we're heading down, you know, we begin to open up. I'd like to remind people that this is one of those moments when we stop thinking about our individual rights and start thinking about what our responsibilities are to everybody else. Make sure we don't get lax. You know, we know that we are observing social distancing, we're wearing our masks, because it's not keeping myself safe. It's conducting in a way that I don't endanger other people. We have to remember our commitment and responsibility to our communities, neighbors, and countries.
Well, Mr. Carlin, we're going to have to stop it there.
All right. Thanks, guys. It was a lot of fun.
My camera cut out.
That's all your news and announcements, Riverview. Don't forget to stand for the pledge.
Have a great day. I'm Shoop.
I will. I messed it up.
Love you.